Take you guys in the 240 diesel. The incredible passion of paying tribute to these cars. I love this. I'm squeezing a bit. So is he. Man, I can't get over this. We're not really getting past this W123 story, are we? Today, guys, we've got something special here. This is not the same 300 diesel. This is a W123 240 diesel. It's got the same 4-speed manual gearbox as we have in the 300 diesel. But what happens under here, for me personally, is a lot better. Hop into the passenger seat and join me for a drive through the beautiful city of Cape Town. We'll go around over the neck, through Table Mountain, between Table Mountain and Signal Hill, down Camps Bay, all the way to Llandudno and Hout Bay, and perhaps even stop at Chapman's Peak. It is summer in Cape Town. There's a lot of traffic. Cape Town's not flat. You've got quite a bit of hills and downhills and all that. So I really want to test the W124 240 diesel 4-speed manual in real life conditions. Come and join me for that. I suppose the mechanical clunk of getting into one of these will just never really end. It just gets better over time. It's like a good red wine. No, it's a cliche, but it really is. These cars just keep getting better. The more you let them ripen in the sun of life and the winds of time, the better they get. It has to be that way. It just has to be. Table Mountain has been here for tens of thousands of years, and nobody came right in the beginning and said, let's just make this the 8th wonder of the world. It took time for people to realize, hey, this is bloody miraculous. We should give it a name, a label, a theme. The W123 was built in a time where time was still valuable. Not because you were chasing the next thing and you didn't have enough of it, but because it was included in life as part of the rhythm of life. Here, you got to glow twice, and then she jumps into life. This is the smoothest 4-cylinder diesel I've ever heard in my life. The way this thing purrs stimulates the very fibers of my inside. I am so excited and so thrilled to take you guys in the 240 diesel. Way more than we were in the 300 diesel. The 300 diesel, by default, almost needs to be the icon because it's the 300 diesel. It's the 5-cylinder big mother engine. It soars, it has that beautiful 5-cylinder hum, and it is golden, make no mistake. But as I said in the previous talk, I seem to have developed a love for the underdogs. And this to me feels like the underdog. It's smack bang in the middle, the 200 diesel, which quite frankly, knowing that this is the center fender, I really don't know how you come right with the 200 diesel. Less power than this could be frustrating unless you're living on flat plains, but perhaps it's just driving style. This 240 diesel has literally surprised me to an extent that I can hardly put into words. I don't think anybody would choose a 240 diesel over a 300 diesel if they had the choice. If fuel wasn't a problem, the consumption wasn't a problem, nothing else, then everybody would probably say, well, give me the 3-liter diesel. It's just the bigger, the better, the more powerful car. Heck freaking no. This is staggeringly, beautifully, amazingly, incredibly gorgeous. And I can't remember if I pressed record on that top camera. Let me just check that. We're rolling. Right, second gear. I love this thing. Here's the main reason why I love it. It's lighter. When I went to look at the W124, the 230E, the guy had bought, it was the reason why he sold the 230E, it's because he bought himself an E400, said, do you want to take it for a test drive right after I took the 230E for a test drive? Obviously I said yes. I came back shortening the test drive because the 230 was much better. You're probably thinking I should have my brain read, but seriously, it's the fact that it's lighter on the nose. That makes it a driver's car for me. If I were to drive long stretches on the Autobahn and needed all that power and torque and high-speed cruising and wanted to get home and to work quickly, perhaps that's a different story. But in everyday commuting, for me personally, lighter on the nose makes all the difference. It makes for a better driver's car, and this is freaking it. This is the best non-W124 Mercedes I have driven so far. This is by miles, and I'm sorry for the 204, you can't actually compare the two, but by miles for me a better drive than the W204 200 diesel that I have. It's just so much more engaging, it's so much more inviting. You have to learn to dance with the rhythm of this 2.4 liter engine, and when you do, you go for the competition floor because it is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful dance. Yes, Masterkind, let's see how we do this. I don't know where you expect me to go, but shab shabala baba. Directly relatable to, or comparable to the 300 diesel. This being the same model, the same build year, it's all exactly the same. But for me, the weight on the front, that 3 liter diesel is a heavy mother, and as beautiful and purry as she is, here's, oh, by the way, sorry, I'm interrupting the train of thought, but this is where the Q was standing before, forever, all the way to the front. The 300 was just so heavy on the nose. The same with the E400, very, very heavy on the nose. And it, for me personally, made for a less engaging drive. It felt like it was more like, you know, swimming in thick milk. This is swimming in fresh, cool water. This is so engaging. It's a one-hand drive. Yay, Papa. It's a one-hand drive. It's a clutch, let go of the clutch and the car starts rolling. It's just, it's light. It feels 200, 250 kilograms lighter. And I know that that's not the case. But still, it's just the movability, all good, brother. It's the movability, it's the agility. And you almost think like you cannot be using the word agile in a W123 240 diesel. It just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Well, for me, it does. Are you saying I should... Can I go? Let's just quickly figure out what we need to do here. Wait. Quickly sneak past here. Anyways, just before we get on with the W240, this, by the way, is the cable car to Table Mountain, the 8th wonder of the world, and similar for me to the W123, the W124. We're talking about a car that is just legendary in the same way that this freaking mountain is legendary. And the fact that it's gained its authority by existing, similar to Table Mountain. Nobody came in the beginning, you know, and said, hey, God, should we maybe just label this the 1st or the 8th wonder of the world? No, it stood here for centuries until somebody said, hey, that's damn majestic, man. Why don't we call this the 8th wonder of the world? And so they did, and people flocked from all over the world. Well, I think the same thing should be true for these old cars, and all the more so for the W123 240 diesel, for that matter, any one of these diesels. We've got to get back to that. Anyways, this is Lion's Head, which you can go and walk up. It's about an hour's walk. It's beautiful. You can see the sunrise, sunset, moonshine, all from there. And at the back, you've got Lions, you've got Signal Hill. So it's kind of like the head of the lion and the body. Back to the car. These cars are bloody icons. And this is the time, this is one of the reasons why I started this channel, is the incredible passion of paying tribute to these cars and the fact that they've been here for so long. They deserve a damn hand, man. They really do. And I love the stories that you guys write about your experiences with these cars and the dreams and wishes and thoughts and all that you've had. I have literally, up till today, thank God, 3 months, nearly 3 months of the channel, been able to read every single comment, every single one of them. And thanks for all the great stories. By the way, if this is your cup of tea and you want to see more stories like this, chilled, relaxed videos on some of these old Mercedes and other cars, then perhaps consider subscribing to the channel. It would really mean a lot to me, because it helps me sort of get seen a little bit more. And I'm excited to see where this adventure is actually going to go to. One of the reasons I wanted to do this was to state something that I didn't anticipate, and that is just how suitable this car actually is for everyday usage, even in 2026. Yes, baby, 2026. A car with 72 horsepower, 137 Newton meters of torque, 4-speed gearbox, drives the rear wheels. It is more than adequate, and it does a fantastic job at negating and negotiating all the turns, twisties and bends. I did make a road trip video with this car where we took it up to the Northern Cape along the coast to my cousin's farm. I wasn't quite sure if it was really cut out for that, because we had to go on the N7, the highway leading up to Namibia. We had to drive copious long stretches, hills, lots of sections with trucks, uphills, mountain passes, valleys, and then on the twisty bits, and then onto gravel, and then onto sandy roads. I wasn't sure, because it is an old car, and even though it's made it this far, I was worried whether that would maybe break its back. If you want to watch that video, it'll be out soon, or it is out. Just check out the channel. It is incredible. I had not a single moment at which this car felt underpowered on that stretch in any given moment. And there are literally a couple of times when my son filmed us overtaking trucks. It was more than enough beef in this 240 to do that. It is really remarkable. The performance in this, if one can call it that, is more than adequate. Funny enough, what is the performance? Well, according to my research, 0 to 100, somewhere around about 24 seconds. Top speed, around about the 140 mark. But I think that that's kind of irrelevant. I didn't know that it was that slow, 0 to 100 statistically. But I bought a 230 petrol 124 because I thought that the diesel, the 2-liter diesel, would definitely be too slow, and I was wary that the 250 diesel, although a beautiful 5-cylinder, might actually be a little bit on the heavy side on fuel. Plus in Germany you pay exorbitantly high taxes per 100 cc of diesel capacity that your engine has, and so I was kind of like put off with that and wasn't too sure. I tell you now, had I known how capable these diesel engines were and are, as a matter of fact, if the 124 would have had the same performance as this one, I would probably change it in an instant. And it's an interesting question, because the 2-liter diesel, the 200D of the W124, it's a 200 and not a 240 like this one. It churns out also around about 72-ish horsepower, and I think a little bit less torque. So I'm kind of like in a bit of a twisty bit about that, wondering if I'm not maybe thinking that it's going to be peppier than it is. But then again, the performance figures says 0 to 100 in about 18 seconds, which is nearly 7-8 seconds quicker than this one. So maybe it isn't a bad deal after all. If you have any feedback on that, any experiential feedback that you want to give, then here with it. Now, why this car is so special, not just to me, not just to us on the channel, but to the rest of the world, to this community, is also because it's the most built Mercedes of all time. The W123, 2.7 million of these cars were built. For good reason, because they were selling, they were rolling, and they were great. And here's a great catch, as a great figure, that round about 20 to 30%, round about 500,000 to 800,000. There's no clear fixed statistic, so it's a roundabout figure. Round about more than 500,000 of them were used as taxis, 200s, 240s, and 300s. Wow! They weren't built to be taxis. They were built to last, and they became taxis because of those characteristical traits, because these cars would just not die. They just kept on existing. And for a taxi driver, it wasn't as much as what would this car deliver in performance and all that. It was, can it continuously, reliably start every single day and do its journeys? Back to this 240. I don't feel that we're far off with this car. I feel that this is the perfect mixture. Not going to the 3-liter territory, not clamping yourself down with the 200, but rather something in the middle. The sweet spot of this car is 110 to 112 kilometers per hour. I know it sounds silly, but you know why you look out for exactly that. But truly, this is what this car just loves running. I Googled, it should be that the revolutions of the engine is running at about anything between a 3,400 to 3,600, 3,700 RPMs. I'm not sure what actually makes that difference, if it's tire size or whatnot, but that's the kind of difference that it makes. And at those revs, the engine is completely and utterly content, very, very happy. As a matter of fact, I think peak power is at over 4,000 RPMs, 4,200 or 4,400, I think 4,400. Peak torque available from 2,400. So you're seeing how I'm driving. I've probably never taken this car over 2,500 RPMs. I don't need to think about it. It just happens. It's that dance, the rhythm that we're talking about. We're going to go out on the road to Llandudno now, which is the connecting road from Camps Bay to Hout Bay. And it is a bit of a stretch where we can perhaps even stretch the legs of this one ever so slightly. Literally. No, come darling, that's all right. Come, 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 go. Cool shirt, buddy. Yo, that tarmac must be super, super hot, eh? You'll just see, look, I'm short shifting, third gear at 35 kilometers per hour. Third gear and fourth gear are extremely long, the ratio. Come champ, I'll let you in as well. It's extremely long. Shot mabru. Fourth gear more so than third. So first and second is really, you're moving around gears. There we go, 40 kilometers per hour. And I'm really just touching the throttle. And now you can kind of stretch it. The compression in this is crazy. I think it's about 21 to 1 or 22. It really is quite hefty. Here we go. Just relax. I'm not beefing it. $80 kilometers per hour. 70 is the limit here. She is just flowing. That up there is a Mercedes engine, but it is a Rolex of mechanics. It is butter smooth. It is, man, I can't get over this. This is honestly, this is the thing, guys. This is the buzz. This is incredible. I love this. I don't know if this makes sense to you guys, me freaking out about it, but honestly, she is so butter smooth, man. How will I ever give this car back? If they were a fifth gear, it would be a blessing to this car. It really would be. It just does so well with it. And even though we've got some inclines coming up here, she's not running out of steam. Perfect and beautiful. The 123s being known for having the play on the steering wheel, there's hardly any of that happening here. She's just a beautiful drive. I am boiling in here, keeping the windows closed so that the quality of the sound can be good. That's all worth it. It's all worth it. It's just so beautiful. Let's see if we make it up to the top somewhere. It might be a really nice spot to just pull over. I want to show you the scenery, and then we can have a final look at the 123 240 diesel. For me, the absolute hero car of any and every Mercedes I've driven here in South Africa so long. I've hooked up with a really good friend of mine. As a matter of fact, on the rally, my co-driver, Marcus Herper, he's the owner of Retro Rentals, Cape Town, and he has more than 40 of these old Mercedes, various kinds, and he's kindly allowed me to have some of them and just drive them for days on end, and said, brother, do your thing, share the love. He burns, he's got a passion for these cars, and he makes it possible for people to be able to fly out here to South Africa and actually sit behind the steering wheel of one of these and enjoy it on a beautiful coastal road as such. He also offers tours with these cars, and it's just really incredible what he does down here. If you ever want to experience a really nice classic old Mercedes, rough stuff, but amazing, then come down here, check out Retro Rentals, capetown.co.za, or just, write Marcus a message there. I'm going to do a video with him as well, where we talk a little bit about his fleet, about the ups and downs of owning these cars, and about why on earth he's made this the crux of his life, to revive all of these cars and share this passion with the rest of the world. Thank you, Marcus. Behind me is a Ford Mustang Dark Horse or something or the other. It's got a Dark Horse on the front and a scoop that'll eat small children for lunch. And quite frankly, I wouldn't. If he pulled me over and asked if we could swap, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. There's no interest. Not because that's a bad car, but because of this. This is the good car. So we're up on the hill. It's a 2-lane. I'm squeezing a bit. So is he. No problem. This is exactly how I overtook trucks on the pass. No problem whatsoever. It's a one-hand dance up a mountain. And the temperature testifies to the fact that this engine is not being strained. It's totally fine going up a mountain in 30 odd degrees Celsius. It's only once on the trip that it go to 80 degrees. Only once. Driving up mountain passes. And as you will see in the road trip video, the temperature went up to a felt temperature of 46 degrees. 46 degrees, ladies and gentlemen. In case you're wondering, that is freaking hot. That is crazy hot. This car wasn't bothered at all. I need to somehow get on the other side of the road. So let's just pull in here and then turn around. That's what I'm talking about. One-hand driving, nimble and light and easy to drive. The gearboxes in these cars, I feel, are something stopped. Okay. Device overheating, but unlike GoPro, DJI keeps going. just switches off the screen. Thank you, DJI. You guys rock. GoPros couldn't quite stomach the heat in Africa. Wow, what a camera. Man. Right, we're here. This is the spot I wanted to show you. Coming up right here. Check this out. Check this out. Woo! Mother, I get why the camera overheated. It's freaking boiling. Yeesh, like. Sure. I hope this is still going. Yes. Is it? It's still recording. Can you believe it? In this heat. So, this is it, guys. Look at this. Let me take you and show you the view on this. There we go. Thank you so much for joining me on this drive. I hope you had as much fun and as much passion for this car as I've had. It's just, I love it. I love it. I wish I could just drive this back to Germany. It's been fantastic. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, ciao.